Are you tired of overthinking every decision and watching your dreams slip away? What if I told you the only thing standing between you and the life you want is action? Today, I'm going to show you how to stop overthinking, break free from fear, and start executing your goals right now so you can finally turn your ideas into results. So many of us spend our lives waiting. We wait for the perfect moment, the perfect timing, the perfect conditions to pursue our dreams, start a new project, or make a meaningful change. We convince ourselves that we need everything to align just right before we can move forward. But the truth is, the perfect moment rarely comes. Life is full of uncertainties, unexpected challenges, and circumstances that we cannot control. Waiting for perfection is not only a waste of time, it is a strategy for stagnation. Every day you delay action is a day when your vision grows colder, when opportunities pass, and when the momentum you could have built slips further away. Waiting gives you the illusion of safety, but it robs you of progress. You may tell yourself, I'll start when I feel ready, or I'll do it when conditions are right. But in reality, readiness is a myth. Readiness is not a feeling. It is a decision to act despite fear, doubt, and uncertainty. Those who accomplish great things are not the ones who waited for the perfect moment. They are the ones who stepped forward and created their moment. They understood that action produces clarity, that moving forward reveals solutions, that thinking alone cannot provide, and that even mistakes become lessons that shape success. If you continue to wait for everything to be flawless, you will never begin. Every great achievement started with a first step that was taken imperfectly, hesitantly, and sometimes even fearfully. But that first step is what launched the journey. Waiting for the ideal moment gives control of your life to circumstances when it should belong to you. True growth begins when you decide to act today with what you have, where you are. Overthinking is the silent enemy that disguises itself as careful planning. It whispers doubts, questions, and what-ifs that seem logical at first, but slowly paralyze your ability to act. Overthinking is fear dressed in disguise, convincing you that caution is wisdom, when in fact, it is hesitation that keeps you stuck. The mind is powerful, but it is also deceptive. It can construct endless scenarios, possibilities, and potential failures, all of which prevent you from taking the first step. You may replay past failures, anticipate future obstacles, or imagine every possible negative outcome, convincing yourself that action is too risky. But the reality is, overthinking does not protect you, it imprisons you. Every moment spent analyzing, questioning, and doubting is a moment spent away from the progress you could be making. Overthinking takes the vision God or destiny has placed in your heart and traps it in your head, leaving it unrealized. The cure is not more thought. The cure is action. Execution is the antidote to overthinking. The more you act, the less space there is for doubt to control your mind. The more you move forward, the more clarity emerges, and the more confident you become. Fear and hesitation cannot withstand the momentum of consistent, intentional action. You must learn to recognize when your thoughts are holding you back and have the courage to move forward anyway. Every great leader, every successful entrepreneur, every person who has fulfilled their calling has battled overthinking. They have faced the fear of failure and the weight of uncertainty, yet they chose to act. They understood that perfection is an illusion and that waiting for certainty only delays destiny. Overthinking may feel safe, but it is a trap that keeps dreams locked in your mind rather than alive in your hands. You cannot allow your thoughts alone to determine the trajectory of your life. Action, not thought, is the measure of progress. Deciding to act today is the most powerful choice you can make. Every achievement, every breakthrough, every life transform begins with a decision. It is the moment when you move from thinking to doing, from dreaming to living. Many people underestimate the power of a simple decision. They wait for clarity, for motivation, or for circumstances to be favorable. But the truth is, nothing external will create the internal resolve for you. The decision must come from within, from a deep understanding that your life will not move forward until you move. A decision is more than just a fleeting thought or a wish. It is a deliberate, committed choice to take ownership of your actions and your destiny. It is saying to yourself, I refuse to let fear, doubt, or hesitation control me. I choose to move forward today. When you make that decision, the mind aligns with purpose, the heart aligns with courage, and your actions begin to take shape. There is a unique energy released in the human spirit when a person decides that no circumstance, no fear, no obstacle will dictate their life. That energy propels you forward even when the path is unclear, even when the road ahead is challenging. Every great leader, innovator, and achiever understood that decision precedes action. They did not wait to feel confident. They decided, and confidence came through doing. The moment you make a firm decision to act, you shift from being a spectator of life to a participant in it. Taking immediate action is the natural continuation of that decision. Too often, people decide but then hesitate, thinking they need to plan more, prepare more, or wait for the perfect alignment of circumstances. But action does not wait for perfection. It thrives in imperfection. The first step is rarely perfect, but it sets everything in motion. Even a small imperfect step taken today is more valuable than a perfect step delayed indefinitely. Action creates momentum, and momentum is the force that carries you past doubt, fear, and hesitation. The longer you wait to act, the more powerful your doubts become. The mind loves to imagine problems that do not yet exist, to inflate challenges, and to convince you that now is not the right time. But every great achievement in history began with someone who refused to wait. They started knowing they could learn, adjust, and improve as they move forward. Immediate action turns thought into reality. It converts vision into tangible results. When you act, you gain clarity. Problems that seemed insurmountable from a distance shrink when confronted directly. Opportunities that were invisible in theory become obvious in practice. The first step is the key that unlocks the door to progress, and each subsequent step builds on the last, creating a chain of momentum that propels you closer to your goal. Starting now with what you have and where you are is essential. Waiting for more resources, more time, or more support will keep your dreams locked in your mind. Action transforms resources, circumstances, and even obstacles into tools for growth. You do not need to have everything figured out before you begin. You need courage, determination, and the willingness to step forward. Small actions repeated consistently compound into remarkable results. The key is to start immediately, even if the step feels small, even if it feels insignificant. Action creates learning. Action creates experience. Action builds confidence. It is through action that you prove to yourself that you are capable of more than your mind imagines. The moment you start moving, fear loses its grip. The moment you begin, clarity begins to emerge. The moment you act, your life begins to change. Perfection is often glorified in our minds, but the pursuit of perfection is one of the greatest obstacles to progress. Many people wait for the perfect plan, the perfect timing, or the perfect strategy before they act. Yet, the truth is, perfection is an illusion. It does not exist in life as we imagine it. Waiting for perfection only delays action, and delay diminishes opportunity. The world does not reward flawless ideas or flawless execution. It rewards consistent effort and tangible results. Focusing on results rather than perfection shifts your energy from overthinking and hesitation to problem solving and achievement. When you focus on results, you learn to measure progress by outcomes, not by imagined standards. You begin to understand that mistakes are not failures, they are lessons, adjustments, and stepping stones on the path to success. Each time you act and achieve something, no matter how small, you gain momentum. Momentum turns into confidence, and confidence allows you to take even greater action. The pursuit of perfection can paralyze the mind, while a focus on results liberates it. It encourages creativity, innovation, and resilience because you understand that the goal is forward movement, not flawless execution. By aiming for results, you embrace action, learn from experience, and grow through challenges, all while your dreams gradually become reality. Execution is the bridge that connects potential to achievement. Too many people have brilliant ideas, incredible visions, and unlimited potential, yet they never see results because they fail to act. Potential alone does not create change. Talent alone does not create impact. Ideas alone do not create progress. It is execution that transforms all of these into tangible outcomes. The world does not honor ideas that remain locked in your mind. It honors those who take action, who step forward, and who implement their plans with determination and consistency. Execution requires discipline, courage, and a willingness to face discomfort. It requires moving even when conditions are not perfect, when obstacles appear, and when fear tries to slow you down. Every great achievement in history, every innovation, every transformation began with someone taking decisive action despite uncertainty. Execution takes your vision and places it into the realm of reality. It transforms dreams into products, plans into projects, and potential into accomplishment. The difference between those who succeed and those who remain stuck is not intelligence, talent, or opportunity. It is the ability to execute. Taking consistent action turns intention into habit and habit into results. Many people talk about what they want to achieve, what they plan to do, or what they dream of becoming. But talk without action is empty. Action repeated over time creates patterns that shape your life. It converts thoughts into outcomes and ambition into reality. Execution demands persistence, even when results are not immediate. It teaches patience, resilience, and problem solving, because the process will always involve challenges and setbacks. The act of doing, of putting one foot in front of the other, of tackling tasks with focus and determination is what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Execution is the ultimate equalizer. Anyone willing to act consistently, regardless of circumstances, can create impact. When you focus on results and commit to execution, your life begins to move with purpose. You stop being paralyzed by fear, overthinking, and doubt. You start turning ideas into action and dreams into measurable achievements. Every decision, every step, every effort compounds over time. Your potential, which once seemed abstract, begins to manifest in real ways. Execution gives life to vision. It turns hope into progress. It transforms possibility into reality. Remember this: stop waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment, only the moment you decide to act. Overthinking is fear in disguise, and it will only keep your potential locked in your mind. Make the decision today to move forward, no matter how small the first step is. Start immediately with what you have, focus on results instead of perfection, and execute with consistency. Every action compounds, every step creates momentum, and every decision brings you closer to turning your dreams into reality.